what meditation does is focuses the mind's energy exactly the same way that a magnifying glass focuses the sun's rays to burn paper. A successful CEO was asked, how did he become successful? And his answer was, by making right decisions, right choices. And the next question was, how did you make the right choices? And the answer was, by making a lot of wrong choices and learning what not to choose, what to choose. So thus in life, we learn through our mistakes. And thus eventually, an expert becomes an expert by making a lot of right and wrong decisions and eventually learning how to make the right decisions. And eventually it becomes a part of our being, a part of how we think and feel. We call it the gut reaction because it's so innately a habitual thing that it's part of our brain where there is no language. We know it's the right thing, it's the right decision, but we can't explain it because it's not part of the brain where we have language. Now, this sometimes is called intuition. Meditation is a tool that enhances intuition. Every successful person, whether CEO, politician, doctor, you name it, has a meditation regime, because what meditation does is focuses the mind's energy exactly the same way that a magnifying glass focuses the sun's rays to burn paper. Just imagine taking sun's rays to burn paper. That focus is so strong that it can create fire. Same way, when we take the mind energy and focus it even a little bit, what a human being is capable of doing is unthinkable. And that's why meditation enhances our ability to make better decisions by being intuitive, by being observant, by learning from our mistakes and our successes, and thereby knowing what to do when almost instantly. Now, how do we as beginners start with this process? The first thing is, when you make a wrong decision, it's important that we, rather than lamenting, why did I do it? Actually stop, think, reflect, what went wrong? What could I have done better? What would somebody more mature, more senior, more experienced do in my situation? Somebody I idolize, what would they do in my situation? Why couldn't I do it? Oh, because I reacted on the spot, or I didn't know what to say in that situation, etc. The mind will give us different reasons why. Point is, learn from your mistake, don't repeat it. Unfortunately, you will repeat it. But you will see, although you're repeating the mistake, it's a little less. It's a little less. It's a little less. It gets better as you go along with life if you're learning and consciously trying to not repeat the same mistakes again. Because over your period of time, your brain has observed things consciously. Because you're constantly trying to not repeat your mistakes, your brain is more observant. As a result, you're gathering a lot of data that you don't even realize. And when you see something, your brain, your subconscious brain, is synergizing that data and telling you, this happened before, it's happening again. So the outcome might be very similar to what happened the last time this happened. And you will think 90% of the time you're right when it comes to the intuition part. Now, one kind of intuition is where you have done a lot of things, a lot of experience, subconscious mind has a lot of data, and based on all your experience, and you're able to predict what would happen, to a certain degree of accuracy. The other one is a little mystical. Those who are atheists, you don't have to watch beyond this. But those who believe in God, according to the Vedic science, Paramatma and Atma both reside in the heart region. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma and Atma are sitting together, soul and super soul. And soul is desiring, super soul is making it happen. I'm desiring to blink my eyelids, and the body is doing it. So as a conscious being, I desire, and my intelligence, mind and body makes it happen with the help of Paramatma. This is the same Paramatma who's the inner voice. There is sometimes you hear something that says, don't do it, not the best thing to do, or this is not right, or you shouldn't be here, this is not for you. That inner voice gets mingled up with our subconscious mind, and often we don't know what to listen to. The inner voice, or my desire, or is it the mind? Is it God? Is it what? We don't know. Again, meditation is a very important practice here, which allows us to separate the mind's cacophony and the super soul's voice. Now, those who have watched a movie called Lucy, you might have witnessed what actually happens in the mind of a meditator. You're able to see people from their behavior separately. You're able to observe things just from a blink of an eyelid. You're able to see the red flags and the green flags and then instant, right? Why? Because your mind knows how to focus. Remember the sun's rays? You're focusing your mind's energy to observe things, and there is all that data in the subconscious, and there is super soul. So meditation helps us connect or hear the voice of the super soul. And thereby, when we align ourselves with Krishna, with God, we not only have our own experiences, but we have the experience of the Creator guiding us through, and that's powerful. That is almost miraculous, the kind of things one does and one goes through in life. So my point is, intuition helps you make better decisions. Learn meditation, whether you're a theist or atheist. If you're a theist, you have some added advantage of getting help from super soul, but even if you're an atheist, you will still benefit from meditation. All the best.